Hi everybody, John Coffee here on this lovely Monday evening in this hot, ridiculous couple days we've been having here in East Tennessee, probably all around the country. I just got back from Fright Night Film Festival yesterday, and I was going to do this video yesterday, but I was just tired and decided to just relax for the day. Talk about a little bit like what I did and stuff, and show off some of the stuff I bought and some of the people I met, and tell you what I thought about the show. So, as you see right here, the basement, and I'll show that off here in just a few minutes. Let's come over here. First, just want to show off a couple things I got that I didn't get at Fright Night. I got before I went to Fright Night, but I just want to show them off real quick. Imprint, which is Takashi Miike's Masters of Horror, which comes with this awesome little Takashi Miike card here. I've seen this. It's on Netflix. It's awesome. My favorite segment of Masters of Horror. Well, actually, no, it ain't my favorite. I think my favorite's Black Cat, but one of my favorites, of course, Takashi Miike. You know how I feel about that. And City of Lost Souls, which is also Takashi Miike. Getting closer to getting everything he has released in America on DVD. Going in the step in the right direction. Alright, so let's talk about some of the stuff I got signed, first of all. First up here, this is the only thing that wasn't on a DVD or Blu-ray. This is a From a Whisper to a Scream little mini poster signed by Jeff Burr. It says, "To Jonathan, thanks so much for losing your head over this movie, Jeff Burr." And he was probably my favorite person to meet the whole weekend. We had almost a 10-minute conversation about the making of this movie and working with Charles Band on the Puppet Master movies. He was probably the best guy I met this weekend. And if you don't know Jeff Burr, he directed Stepfather 2, Texas Chainsaw 3, From Whisper to Scream, Puppet Master 4 and 5. He was the best guy. I could have talked to him all day. He was super nice and was just willing to tell story after story. And he told some great stories about this movie and the Charles Band, working with Charles Band. Super awesome. Next up, Caroline Williams from Texas Chainsaw, my Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 DVD. You know her as Stretch. She was also super lovely. One of the nicest people I've met at a convention so far, and still looking very good for her age. So yes, Caroline Williams, Stretch from Texas Chainsaw 2. I'll show this one off first. This is something I actually bought there to get signed. I was going to buy it anyways, so I figured since he was there. And it's the Intruder Blu-ray, signed by Danny Hicks. It says, "To Jonathan, keep on chopping, baby. Danny Hicks." Awesome as well. I didn't meet anybody this time that was a douche. It's 2 discs, a DVD, and a Blu-ray. Synapse Films. I was going to pick this up anyways, so I figured since he was there, might as well get the bad boy signed up. And it's looking forward to checking out this Blu-ray. One of the best slasher films nobody knows about. And like I said, Danny Hicks was awesome. You also know him from like Evil Dead 2. And the last autograph I got was David Del Rocco. Oh, my hands are wrapped. I guess I should talk. I was just hitting my heavy bag. I didn't notice that right then. Yeah, so I'm not wearing gloves. These are wraps. I was hitting my heavy bag. David Del Rocco, Sean Patrick Flaherty, and Norman Reedus. All 3 of the Boondock Saints. And surprisingly, all 3 extremely nice. They're the only people I had to wait in line for all weekend. It was crazy. And the fangirls that were freaking out for Norman Reedus was absolutely ridiculous. I couldn't believe it. I actually talked to Norman Reedus longer than any one of them because I had my Nightbreed shirt on, and he was talking to me about Nightbreed, which was weird. He wanted to know a lot about it. It was weird. I never would have guessed it, but it was awesome. And show this off real quick. On the inside here, David Del Rocco actually wrote me a message. Yeah. And if you're a fan of the Boondock Saints, you'll understand why that's not an insult. That's pretty much Rocco's catchphrase in the Boondock Saints. Awesome guys. Wish I could have had more time with Reedus and well, I had a decent amount of time with Reedus. Flaherty was pretty brief, but he was nice. But the lines for those 2 were so ridiculous. And the only person I got to take a picture with was Rocco, because his line was absolutely empty, and he was actually he was charging 20, where the other 2 were charging 30. So, but all 3 of them were nice, so I can't complain at all. Now that's the end of the autograph stuff, and we'll get over here to some swag I picked up. I picked up a couple movies. One I've been wanting to check out for a while. Mountain of the Cannibal God, Ursula Andrews, Stacy Keach. I heard so much about this movie, and I've always wanted to check it out, and someone was selling it for like $10, so I was like, it's mine. So there you have it. Mountain of the Cannibal God. Another movie I picked up for a great price that I've been wanting to see for a long time. Finally got a hold of it. Forced Entry. And I think this is a pretty infamous movie. Let me check the back here. Okay, I can show you the back of the slipcover. Directed by Sean, what's his name? Costello? Yeah, Sean Costello. It's a roughy porno. I've never seen it. I've always wanted to check it out because I've always heard so much about it, and I can't show you. I can show you this. It comes with a booklet. It's the DVD. I can't show you the back of the DVD because it's got some nudity. Yeah, screw it. I'll put this on here in a minute. And last but not least, at Fright Night Film Festival, I picked up this bad boy, The Basement, from Camp Motion Pictures. Got this for $20. I actually got Forced Entry for $15, which is a pretty good price considering how much people want for it online, which is, you know, it's not out of print, I don't think. Let me put this down for just a second, guys, and get this open. You can look at my ugly mug for a few seconds while I get this open. Alright, here it is. The Basement. I've wanted this for a while. You got this DVD right here, The Basement, which is a Lost Super 8 short film, but it also comes with 2 other DVDs that features, and I'll flip it on the back here, features Captivity, or Captives. I keep on calling it Captivity, but it's Captives. You can't really see it's out of focus. Fetal Violence 1 and 2, and Cannibal Campout, which were pretty much the only other Camp Motion Pictures movies I wanted other outside of like Ghoul School. And it features the short, the Lost Super 8 film Captive, not The Basement. So that's cool. The only thing I don't like about this set is the way it's packaged here. You got 3 discs tacked on to each other, and they didn't label what's on either discs, so you don't know what it is. Assuming, you know, 2 movies per disc, since this is just, the first disc is just The Basement, which I'm getting ready to watch here. And it also comes with the VHS of The Basement, which is pretty daggum cool. Directed by Tim O'Raw. So I have a VHS now, and I'll show you the packaging a little more on this bad boy. The Basement. It's made to look like a big box VHS, and this thing is so awesome. It's going to be displayed up on that shelf right there, along with my Evil Dead 2 VHS and my other little knickknacks. So yeah, this thing is super cool. Glad I picked it up. Oh! And real quick before I turn this video off, I'll tell you about the weekend. Got up there on Friday. The hotel, Saturday I meant. Hotel was nice. Everyone I met was super cool. Went and watched a couple short films with one of my buddies. Watched the Dead Pit screening of Silent Night, Deadly Night 2, the Drunken Commentary, which was beyond fun. I'm just showing you the room. Overall, guys, I mean, I've been going to this show for a while, and it's taken a lot of heat over the years. And, you know, in some cases, definitely deservingly so. But I had a ball this year. I thought this was their best year so far. Some of the negatives, I'll run through them real quick. The vendor hall was a great place, but it never had a whole lot of traffic in it because they had all the main guests in separate rooms, which caused the hallways to get extremely crowded, and you had to wait forever for the main guests. So that wasn't very fun. There wasn't a whole lot of, I mean, like, there was a good amount of horror guests, but they focused a lot on the Fandom Fest thing this year, which I didn't think was a great idea. And the biggest negative was the Bruce Campbell situation, where he was only there for 6 hours, yet they didn't tell nobody till the week before the show. And I didn't like that. I thought that was kind of a dirty move, but negatives aside, I had a ball. It was my favorite con I've went to so far, and I've went to, you know, a handful of them. So, I mean, like, I'm not going to say definitively you got to go to Fright Night Film Festival because it's the best show in the world, because they've made some mistakes, and it's really ran quite a few people off, and I definitely heard some complaining going on this weekend too, but I mean, I just did not have a bad time. I mean, maybe I met the right people and just stayed in the right areas, and just it caused me to have a fantastic weekend. But I mean, I go to conventions to have fun, and that's what I did this year. I had a ton of fun. I spent a ton of money. met the Boondock Saints, which was a big deal for me, being a huge fan of that movie and being a huge fan of that movie for so dang long, and laughing my butt off at fangirls crying at Norman Reedus' table only made the weekend better. So, hanging out with good friends, watching drunks fall over, crossing bridges. I mean, it couldn't have been a better weekend, and I look forward to the next show, which I don't know what it's going to be. I'm actually tossing up maybe going to Horror Hound in September. I'm not sure if I'm going to yet, just depends. So, I'm going to quit rambling and just say Fright Night Film Festival 2012 was a lot of fun. And that's it. That's my swag. I'm now going to sit down and watch The Basement, and maybe I'll do a review for it. We'll see. You guys have an awesome day, awesome week, depending on, when this video goes up. I don't know. But just have good times, guys, and thank you for watching.